Right, I'm Peter Boyd. I'm here in Montana for 6 weeks with 5 other English kids, working on a ranch for Jim and Elaine.
Totally stripped off, totally naked, as you would, because you're going to have a shower. Didn't even think about anything, put my clothes down, walked over to turn the shower on, stood on here waiting for it to warm up and noticed the camera up there. It was actually filming me while I was getting in the shower. So I totally freaked out because it's private. I shut the door on myself and shouted for Lindsay to come and help me.
I heard Carrie scream in for Lindsay. I heard some laughter, Peter laughing in the toilet. Then Carrie came out and said he's tried to film me in the shower, and they showed me where the camera had been and explained to me what had happened, and I lost my temper.
I'm mad. I'm going insane. So this is keeping me comfort by popping the little bubble bits on it.
Peter had put the camera in here. He's been joking all night saying, let me film you in the shower. And I was like, haha, yeah, because nobody does that sort of thing unless you're a pervert.
And then Ian went mental at him. Lindsay did, Shell did. Carrie was just near enough in tears because it's like, it's disgusting. You don't want people seeing like, well, some people might not care, but others, you should respect that, and he didn't respect that.
He put the little camcorder that we have in the shower to film Carrie while she was in it, which is so pervasive and it's just disgusting.
So I can't handle it anymore, doing the same thing every day, getting up at the same time every day, doing the same boring work every day, eating the same boring food every day.
How can you think that the lads are going to find it amusing either? Because, you know, they're all mature enough to know that you don't do things like that, so they all kicked off on him and he ran off.
I wrote a little message on the door and it said, go to the barn, you little pervert, and don't come back. I know it's a little bit nasty, but that's how I felt at the time because I was really disappointed and upset about it.
I can't handle any more beef, and I hate those hotcakes in the mornings. And I think I'm going to lose my mind.
Since he's been here, he just eats the food. He's disgusting. He uses up the water. Of course, you know, I just sort of look at him in disgust and just think, you know, he's stupid.
Well, the girls especially don't feel safe with him in the house. I know I don't. And so we don't want him staying here. So we're going to say farewell. Never mind. Well, actually, it might be a bit of a shame because that was sort of what was keeping me sane, I think. Having someone to pick on.
More like to spit in his face and regret what I've said. I don't ever want to see him again, actually.
I was playing a practical joke on Carrie. I said I was going to film her in the shower, and she said no, you know, getting. So I put it in the bathroom, and she went a bit mad about it. And it was only a practical joke. I don't know, just digging.
No, I'm doing it.
Jimbo, what am I actually doing?
There's enough water in the new well that we plumbed it in to use at all 3 houses. The guest house, Grandma's house, and Mom and Dad's house. So we've been the last 2 days digging line and laying new pipe and getting power to the other well, and now we're trying to clean things up. Got 1 more day of hooking everything up tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get it done so we can forget about it.
So, what's occurring with Peter?
Well, he's been doing some not very good stuff, and we're coming to a decision tonight about whether he's going to go home or not, whether we want him to stay with us or not.
If they do decide to send you back, how are you going to feel about that? With who?
Me.
It's just disgusting, and today we're deciding if we want to send him home, and I definitely do. I've been wanting to send him home anyway, because he's just got no respect and that anyway, but this was just the final straw.
Because you think you were in another life, don't you? Something else.
Yeah, I was around lots of places.
I'll say.
Yeah, when President Kennedy was shot, and I think I was a suffragette. And what else did I say? Oh yeah, Anne Boleyn, something to do with her. Maybe I was her.
So what makes you have these feelings? Is it dreams you've had, or have you been regressed?
Have I been what?
Regressed?
No, I just think, I don't know, just stuff that, well, my theory is...
If you do leave tomorrow, what is it about Montana that you'll always remember?
The people. They're friendly. You shouldn't let them down.
Oh my God! No, don't throw them at me.
time.
Just don't bring them in.
Get them away from her. She's already broken nails. She's about ready to
I never. Yeah. Oh God, that's disgusting. I don't like them. They slither on the Simon. Thanks, Jim.
Oh, you're welcome. Good heavens.
that if you like have a purpose in your life, and if you don't fulfill it, then in your next life you come back and it's like even stronger. Or if you do fulfill it, it's still an interest of yours, and they're all things I've been really interested in, and just I don't know really.
We've got to make a decision in the next 24 hours to whether that he's going to stay or not, and that's quite a big decision to see if he's going to go home or stay here. But it's looking pretty bleak, to be honest.
If you do go tomorrow, are you going to have any hard feelings towards any of the kids or Jim nor Elaine?
No, not at all.
As one of Henry VIII's ex-wives, what do you feel you're doing here, filling a ditch that she didn't do in her original incarnation?
I don't know.
My black snake. Get to work, you slaves.
Do you think they will ask you to leave?
I hope they don't, because I don't want to go. And I personally feel that I've learnt my lesson, but I don't know how they're going to feel about it.
I wished it didn't have to be like this. I very much wished it didn't have to be like this. But majority rules. So the majority made their wishes. And like I say, I would give my right arm if it didn't have to be like this. But since it is, that's the way it has to be.
This could have been a really good adventure for everyone, and but the way things turned out, it's left us 5 no choice but to make this decision. So
it's the only thing that could really happen.
We need all 6 of us to feel comfortable around each other and to respect each other's privacy and and someone stepped over that boundary, so...
And trust.
Yeah.
Peter, basically, you overstepped that mark, and now we've all made a decision that we would prefer that if you would be sent home, so... Sorry it had to be like this, but...
You have to accept the consequences, and...
That's what I said last night. I was going to go home whether you said I could stay or not.
I think everyone deserves a second chance, but I can't give you that. I'm not going to be the person to give you a second chance, so... But I think you deserve a second chance, but I'm not going to be that person to give you a second chance, so...
People learn from the mistakes, and you'll learn from this.
It's probably better for all of us and you.
And I don't think he has any ill feeling against Jim and I. I don't think so. But Jim feels it's best. He said that it had to be up to the kids. They live in the house with him. We don't.
I'd still feel uncomfortable even if we were just working together. It's not just living. It's not just living with him.
Maybe Peter's heart wasn't in it to start with.
Mm.
He said he really wasn't one to be in front of the camera a lot.
I'm really sorry, and Elaine, I don't mean to be rude at all, so please don't take this the wrong way. But from everything you've said to us about Peter and yesterday and everything, it seems like you've totally changed your opinion today and saying about him being messy in the kitchen. That was all stuff you couldn't stand, and you...
No.
To us, you said that you wanted him sent home.
In fact, I have told Peter several times that I thought he was treading on thin ground and that he would probably be sent home. But Peter knew he didn't have respect for me because he said, didn't you, Peter, that he didn't show me the respect that he needed. And he knows he's messy. He knows he's messy. And we have had fights about that. But I guess I probably had others that were messy too. Wrong, Lindsay?
No, whatever.
You thought it was funny, okay? You don't respect anyone's privacy. You're just a pig. And I'm gonna be happy when you leave. I'll tell you that now. I'm sorry I have no pity for you either, Peter. I'm sorry, but I don't.
So what was going through your head? That's
What
what
were you
I
gonna
want to
do
know.
with
What
it?
were you going to do with it afterwards? Give it to the film crew. Did you think they'd find it funny?
Oh, you asked me this that night.
Yeah, and you haven't answered yet.
Yes, I did. I said no, I wouldn't have done.
What were you
What
going
were
to
you
do
going to do with the
I
camera?
wasn't going to watch it.
So what was the
swear.
point?
What's the point of it
What were you
then?
going to do with it?
What's the point? Just pointing at her?
When James pulled my trousers down and you rewound it about 3 million times.
Yeah, because people were asking to watch it.
No,
you were watching
watched
it.
and you were stopping them from watching it. You kept looking at it. You kept watching it. It's sick. What's all this about you crying as soon as you realised you'd put it in? You were laughing.
You didn't cry the second you cried. Because when I had to go, you were in that. You weren't crying. You were lying sitting up the set on the bed, and I had like crying. So don't give me that. Don't.
You even said you were crying before you even placed the camera.
Why didn't you
Find
stop
that
me
hard
going
to
in
believe.
if you were crying?
Yeah, if you were
were
that
doing
upset, you must have planted it while we were out here. You had plenty
Thing
of
is,
time to change your mind.
You came into
I
the room
heard you laughing when Carrie was calling my name.
and you said to you were in the bedroom. You're going, Carrie, I want to film you. I want to film you. I want to film you. And then you came.
Not laughing.
Yes, you.
We all heard
I was
you.
not laughing.
We heard you laughing.
So
So what were you doing then?
I was not laughing. I was.
after had to go at you.
Lord, for f***'s sake, you weren't f***ing crying.
Ian,
Who are you?
You got
I'm
frightened.
I saw you on the bed. Yeah, what did I say to you? Oh, don't start crying now. That's what I said. Because you're not going to get my sympathy, which you f***ing weren't. So don't lie.
You.
Don't point blank to my face. You think I'm a fool.
Peter, I'd like to ask you a question. You've got a younger brother, right? How would you like it if he was in the shower and a girl placed a camera in there? What would you be thinking then, huh? Then everyone watching it back, laughing at him. Oh, look, hasn't he got a little... You wouldn't like it, would you?
I don't care.
Well, you wouldn't care?
What if it was your
Well,
sister?
you have a big heart.
What if it was your sister?
Big
If it was your
heart, you have
sister,
What if it was one of your sisters
some bloke had been perving on her.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
How in a whack they were thinking, oh,
Well, maybe you should think about it in future.
How the heck did you think that she'd even find it remotely
know.
bit
I don't-
funny?
No.
Oh, you're...
Well, that's why we can't live with you, because we can't live with someone who doesn't think before they act.
We can't trust
I don't.
you.
I'm glad I never
No,
put any trust in you at all. I'm glad I've not liked you from the beginning of this because I knew I was completely right about you.
I
There's
feel
always
I actually
something.
liked it. I do. It just like I can't see
don't.
what goes through my mind, and it annoys me when you point blank lie to me. Why are you saying that? When you, because you can't lie to me when I saw what happened.
It's all
You don't seem to have any
And
remorse.
I'm sorry, but I think you made a bit of a t yourself because you basically just said you weren't going to watch it. So what were you going to do with the camera? Oh, nothing. I wasn't going to watch it. I wasn't going to do nothing. That's just a load.
What?
Well,
tell.
tell-
Look, so go in home. Why don't you just tell them now?
For an ornament or something. Put it on your mantelpiece. Engrave it or
I
something.
don't think it's
What?
funny actually, because the next time I go for a shower, I'm going to be wondering, has some little perv put a camera in there?
And I hope you remember that you've made someone's nightmare come true now. And I hope that haunts you for the rest of your life. Because you disgust me.
I've read about things like this, and it sounds like to me like when people start doing this, they can turn into anything.
Yeah, that's what makes me wonder if that's your how far do you take a joke?
You're 16, and you're up to stuff like that.
I feel sick.
You need to start being your own person. I don't know if your mates do this.
I don't know if it's your mates or what, but you need to find some new ones to sort your head out and just go and...
You need some help.
You've ruined all our confidence.
You just need to take control of your life and be your own person. Do what you want to do. Don't do what other people do and don't think, oh, he's doing that or she's doing that. I'm going to do
No,
it.
you just need to look down and look bang on the table and see what's right from wrong.
So have you offered to apologise to her about it?
She still ignores me. She's ignoring me. Well, I tried to apologise to her, and her and Lindsay were together, and they just ignored me. As if they weren't listening to me at all. As if I wasn't there.
No, that's... That is... Did you try and apologise? You didn't talk to us. You didn't, Dave. You did not. That is bullshit. Nothing.
All you've done is you sat down there and you wouldn't even look at us. That is.
I did try to apologise when we were all
Oh,
outside.
did you? You win! You didn't even look at us.
Did you have enough guts to come up to my face and say you were sorry? Because there's no...
It wasn't a very good attempt,
was
was it? The nearest you got to any of us was when I was working and you started digging. You didn't even say one word to me. So how the heck did you apologise? You didn't even... Not one word came out of your mouth. Not one word. You try and apologise now with feeling.
I tried to apologise.
How? How did you try? You didn't try very hard, did you?
If you've got the confidence to take away someone's privacy, I'm sure you've got the confidence to come up and say you're sorry.
Go on then, try and apologise for feeling now.
Yeah, but there's no point. He shouldn't have to be told to do it. He should just do it.
So what else have you said? What other lies have you said? I can't believe this.
The shit that comes out of your mouth is good enough to make a book.
Peter did not fit the group. He knew he was on the outside looking in. I was just sure that we could make it all work, you know, and everybody would leave together just the same as they came. So I felt like that he let us down. I also felt that we let him down by not finishing out the deal.
He got caught up in his own little things that was going on and had a parting of the ways with everyone. He didn't get along real well with the rest of the kids. I didn't feel from the very beginning. I got along pretty good with Peter for about the first week, and then he got real pushy, kind of annoying, and he just kind of rubbed you the wrong way after a while.
It seemed like no matter what took place or whatever, why. And he was good. He was good help.
And willing help.
Willing help.
He was very
and
willing
he got along good with his horse. He done very good with his horse for no more than he got to ride. He was interested. Him and Jimbo practiced. Jimbo showed him how to rope, and he enjoyed that.
He was the only one of the kids that will rope.
I don't know if it was lack of love and affection, but from day one, Peter did not fit the group.
See ya. Much later.
Don't come back.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind. People stopping and staring, I can't see their faces, only the shadows of their eyes. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain, going where the weather suits my clothes, banking off of the northeast winds, sailing on summer breeze, and skipping over the ocean like a stone. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain, going where the weather suits my clothes, backing off of the northeast winds, sailing on summer breeze, and skipping over the ocean like a stone. Everybody's talking at me.
Well, I'm sorry for what I did. They know I'm sorry because I've tried to apologise. You can't say much more than I'm sorry, and it was just a practical joke that went wrong. I thought I knew him better than I did. I was wrong.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying, only the echoes of my mind.